Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey Aries, this is your September tarot forecast. This is also SunshinehazeCo, and I am Aja A, by the way. And I am back. Yes, I'm back with your monthlies. So before I get started, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising, this video is for you. If you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, go on and check out your Moon and or Rising sign, which I do have linked down below in the description box, okay? And before I get started also, I'm going to drop my shameless plugs now. What's down there in that box? The retrograde series. We are deep in the middle of the retrograde cluster, so I've got a playlist on all of the current retrogrades. We are still in the Leo lunar cycle, so the Leo new moon video is still relevant. We just had a Pisces full moon. That video is up as well, and I do have the September pick a card reading up on the channel too. Hella videos since I'm back, okay? All the videos, check them all out, or check out the ones you're interested in. I would appreciate it. This is going to be your typical 4-card spread, looking at the overall energy for the month of September for you, Aries. Any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing during this next month. And because we are in Virgo season, looking at where you need to Virgo down and reanalyze some things, reorganize some things, rework some things in your lives. And as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's go on and get started. First card that you have in your reading is in the position of your overall energy for the month of September. And I like seeing this card here. You've got Venus. There's a glare. But you've got Venus, and that comes with the message of love. And so the energy that I get from this card is not necessarily a specific type of love. I just get a very overwhelming, happy heart chakra feeling. So for the month of September, Aries, I feel that a lot of you are in a space to where you are just, you know, your cup runneth over with love. Like your heart chakras are popping. You feel happy. You want to receive love, you want to give love, you're down with unconditional love. There's just a loving energy about you and around you for this month, and that's a very beautiful thing, a very beautiful feeling, okay? Especially because we are getting ready to go into Libra season at the end of the month, and Libra is associated with Venus, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of Venusian energy. So you guys are really dealing with the energies that are coming up in the cosmos for us, okay? And you got a very beautiful one happening here. So for a lot of you Aries, you could be in a very loving relationship. Some of you could be, you know, in a space to where you're getting stronger and deeper relationships with your family members, with your friends, with your kids, whatever, I don't know. But just in a space to where heart energy, loving energy is what you are all about right now for the month of September. And that's a very beautiful energy to be dealing with, okay? And so that's really all I want to say about this card. You just have very beautiful, very positive energy swirling around you and coming from you, and hopefully coming to you as well. Hopefully what you're putting out, you are getting back during the month of September, okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about your crossing card here. And I got a couple of messages with this one. You've got the 6 of Cups in the crossing position. And I actually got a few messages with this card. For this deck, with the Thoth Tarot deck, the message with the 6 of Cups is pleasure. And that is in your crossing position. So I'm just going to read that one right out the gate. For those of you that, while I was talking about love, we were thinking about a relationship, but you went, well, it's good, all except for one part. So some of you guys, with that being said, may literally not be being pleasured in relationships, but everything else is good. And listen, we're going to talk about turning this card into an upright position. We're going to talk about turning this card and maybe you into an upright position in a couple of minutes, but I want to hit these other messages in regards to having it crossing the loving energy for this month of September for you, okay? This could go beyond physical pleasure. This could be that some of you are in spaces to where, again, you are resonating and radiating with that loving energy, but it's not being reciprocated, or you feel like you're not in a space that can really support the type of heart chakra popping energy that you are dealing with right now, or that you have about you right now. Some of you may be in spaces and relationships that, you know, you're in a space where you're like, oh, I want to progress, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want it to be like this, but you're not really getting that energy reciprocated to you. Some of you may be in a position to where, you know, you're like Oprah, but with your heart, like, oh, hugs for you, hugs for you, hugs for you, but nobody wants to give you a hug back. You know what I'm saying? To give you like a simple analogy in regards to how this six of cups could be crossing you. And when you're in a space to where all you want to do is put out love, and all you want to do is receive love, when you're not getting that, it makes you feel kind of like, what's going on here? I don't necessarily know if I like this. I don't know if I really want to be mixed and mingling with this. Okay. Now, with that being said, I do talk about turning these cards into upright positions. So in regards to the general love message, if you're in a space to where you feel like you're not getting the love that you need to help you harness the loving energy that you hold, and to help you put it back out into the universe, this is a Six of Cups card. This is a Cups card, right? It's all about emotions. And when we talk about emotions, although this is not air, I do like to say that it's important to communicate your emotions. So if you're in a position to where you're not feeling loved, or you're not feeling like you have the support that you need, Aries, y'all like to talk, say something, speak up. Y'all are cardinal fire. Nothing holds you back, especially if it's something that bothers you. Aries does not like to be bothered. So if you're feeling bothered, Aries, go on and say that you're feeling bothered. And go on, and let me just, you know, one thing about cardinal signs, I'm a cardinal sign too. I am guilty of this as well. You will initiate something, but you won't follow through with everything that needs to come along with it. So don't just communicate your emotions and your feelings. Also communicate the solution. Also communicate what could make you feel better, what would make you happy, what will make you feel loved, okay? Now, for those of you who were like, okay, she talking about my relationship, and then you were like, yeah, no, she really talking about my relationship, because she said something about pleasure in a crossing position, and I ain't been getting none of that. All right. You can also turn this card into an upright position. You know, my friends will tell you I'm somebody, I'll be like, look, at this big age, I ain't trying to teach nobody how to make love to me. I just really don't want to. You need to know how to pleasure me when you come into my bedroom. However, I do understand that sometimes you might come into a situation to where you really, really like somebody, and when it comes to in between the sheets, the fire is just not there. You can attempt to give it a go. You can attempt to fix it. Like I was just saying about not being loved, not getting what you need, not getting the support, you can also communicate that as far as the bedroom goes too, okay? So if you know how you like it and your partner's not doing it that way, then you need to tell your partner, look, this is what you need to do. And see if maybe those sparks start to fly. Now, if they don't, you might need to get another reading from me. A personal reading. You can do that through my Etsy shop, link down below. Shameless plug. But all that to say, you could turn the Six of Cups. You can get the pleasure that you want in your life, but you're going to have to communicate it, Aries. And you're going to have to communicate exactly what it is that you want, and exactly what it is that's going to make you feel good, okay? Now, moving into your next card, you've got the Four of Wands here, which comes with the message of completion. And this is in the position where you need to Virgo down, what you need to reanalyze, what you need to think about. And I just gave you all these messages about, you know, communicate and, you know, the pleasure and this loving energy. But this Four of Wands coming up in the position of what needs to be reanalyzed. When you think about the Four of Wands, you think about having set a solid foundation and actually making the moves on the foundation, actually building upon the foundation. That is the Wands part. That's taking the action that's going to help you progress forward. So what I get with this card here is that Aries, especially in regards to love, some of you may have laid some foundations. Some of you may have an idea of how you want certain things to look. And again, it doesn't have to just be a romantic situation. It could be your friendships. It could be your familiar relationships. It could be, you know, whatever. But you have planned something out. And that doesn't surprise me, because why? What did I just say y'all are? Cardinal fire. Y'all like to start shit. Okay? So you may have planned a certain type of life out for yourself, a certain type of energy to have around you for yourself, and you just may be in a space where you're not getting what it is that is supposed to come with this plan that you put into place. All that tells me, Aries, is that you may need to rethink this plan. The situation or the fantasy life that you set up for yourself, that you've said or that you think you've manifested. Because listen, there is a difference between manifesting things that are realistic and having an imagination, okay? And so you've got to find the line in between there. So you may be in a position to where you're like, wow, this is just really not what I thought it was going to be. This is not what I wanted it to be. I'm not really understanding what this is. And you might be in a spot to where you have to kind of start to reconsider or rework the foundations for what it is that you're in. You may have to scrap it and start all over, or you might have to sit down and have some tough have some tough conversations. It just depends on whatever this is that you feel that you're not getting support from. But you've got to reanalyze it, you've got to rethink it, and you've got to reorganize it. You really, you're not going to get into this love space, and you're not going to get into the Six of Cups, that pleasure upright, if you do not, again, communicate what needs to happen and actually make the moves to make it happen. And this is not going to come by way of doing what you've been doing. I think I need to make that clear for you, Aries. Whatever it is you've been doing has not been working, because you wouldn't have the Six of Cups crossing you if it was. So you need to rework your action plan. Fix your game plan, okay? Fix your foundational game plan. Put it to you like that. All right, Aries. Last card that I have coming up in your spread is in the position of your soul message, and you've got peace. And I like that we round out this reading with this. I like that you have such beautiful cards in your spread. Like, the only card in here that gives a little bit of is the Four of Wands, but if you do the work that needs to be done there, that Four of Wands can also be Listen, actually, I don't know, because I couldn't get it out. The Four of Wands could actually be harmonious if you do the work and figure out the things that need to be figured out. But you have a reading that comes in with love, and you have a reading that ends with peace. So my soul message to you, the soul message to you for the month of September, Aries, is you have to do whatever needs to be done in order for you to keep your peace, because by way of keeping your peace, you're going to be able to find yourself into the space of this loving energy. If you give your thoughts to, your energy to, your time to this love that you are not in alignment with, the things that don't work for you, you're going to find yourself in a space to where you're not peaceful, to where you're not content, to where you're not happy with what you've got going on, to where you're like, oh, I should have reworked them wands. I should have looked at that Four of Wands, but I didn't, so now I'm just stuck here. No, look at that Four of Wands, reanalyze the situation. Speak up about what it is that you need, what it is that you want, so that you can really enjoy this love energy, okay? Your peace is most important to you right now. And that's only going to come by way of doing the things that need to be done and having the conversations that need to be had. But keep that in mind, that you can have this and have this simultaneously. It just takes a little bit of work and following through on the work, okay? All right, Aries, that is your spread. I hope that it found you well. If you feel like you need a little bit more insight, I actually offer a couple of love readings if you would like those. I have my Etsy shop link down below once again. What else? Nothing else. I already dropped all of my plugs at the beginning of the video, so I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.